Hi Jane, how are you?
Oh, hi Mark, how are you going?
Yeah,
One
not too bad.
semester down.
Yeah, one semester down. Feeling a bit jaded at the moment because it's just a complete different ball game for me. It's a real culture shock going into this new job.
Right.
As a clinician,
Yep.
I was dealing with very small groups of people, but now, yesterday I had a group of 70 people in a lecture. I just had some feedback from some evaluations. And they said I did okay, but I really struck out badly on time management and organisational skills.
Oh, well, congratulations on the good feedback. So what you're doing in some areas is working really well. It can be really demoralising getting negative comments from students. If it's any help, the worst comment that I received from a student was, "I should have stayed at home and read the book instead of coming to class." I mean, you can imagine how that made me feel. But to be honest, it was probably fair. You have to view the ratings and comments in a balanced way. You've got to keep the negative comments in perspective. Focus on the positive, take away all the good things from that and be happy with what you've done. With the negative comments, try to look at them in a balanced way, see what's fair, and then if you agree with it, try to remedy it.
That's easy for you to say though, Jane. I heard that you had fantastic evaluations in your last teaching episode. Professor Newhouse said that you were the best lecturer that he'd ever seen, and some of the students said that they get out of bed early on Monday mornings just to go to your lectures.
Oh,
it's pretty good.
Thank you. But you've got to remember, I've been teaching at the university for 8 years, and it's only in the last couple of years that I've really started to change what I do with my teaching. Before that, when I started, there was no induction. You basically got thrown into it. And it was assumed that because I was a qualified health practitioner, therefore I could teach. So, what did I do? I taught the same way that I had been taught.
I was lucky that I went to the university induction and that discussed teaching and learning practices. But still, it can be overwhelming. Have you got any specific suggestions on what I can do about time management and organisation?
Yeah, sure. Look, I was really lucky. About 3 years ago, I got to work with a very experienced lecturer who mentored me. Fantastic. I was really unhappy with the way I was teaching. So he introduced me to pedagogy to look at different ways of teaching. And so now, it's only now, after all those years, that I'm feeling confident about trying different things in the classroom. I spent a lot of time planning the lesson that I'm going to teach, and in the early days I used to run my content and my sequencing past him to get his opinion. But look, you don't seem to be having problems with your content or indeed with your engagement with the students. It seems to be the sequencing that's the issue for you.
Yeah, maybe I just need to change the way I run the class.
Yeah, look, one of the best pieces of advice that I've received is about organising my teaching, and lesson planning has really increased my confidence. So why don't you try lesson planning next time you're teaching? In the early days, it did help to keep me on track.